Hi YouTubers, welcome back to my next video. In this video we are going to see about the edit option of new member check-in, right? This is the 9th day and edit option we will be working out. So similar, we have already worked on edit option of table rooms actually. So similar fashion we will be doing it right now. So here we will copy this, what I call add guest, and then we will paste it out here, and then we will do the modification. Here we is like edit guest. So in edit also we will get the user id, which user, and the room id we don't require actually in edit option. Here we require a guest id, guest. Okay, here we require a guest id. So room id, guest id, we require email. This, if there are any modifications in these parameters, then those details will be sent by the user. Okay, so that's the thing. GUEST guest id we need to have, and we need to check whether this user id and the guest id which we have received is present in our database or not. Database name is GUEST. So this is guest check. So if number of rows are greater, then we will perform some operations. Here no need of this occupancy is not readed. Okay, so occupancy kind of thing not readed here. And if we remove this, then the else part is also not required here. Okay, occupied part is also not. So here you go with this, and let us just do an indentation, nothing but to set it. So if there are these things occupied, guest details, and if it is everything is present in our database, then what we will do, we will check whether we will see these things. And also we can check here the number of rows we are checking out here as well. We can, instead of checking this, what I'll do, we will have that else part as well, we'll have that if part as well, we'll have that if part. Here we will check another thing. So right, if there are number of rows guest, if we have this guest, and then we will take that guest checkout detail. Okay, checkout, right, guest checkout row, guest checkout, and here you go with the checkout, guest checkout. If guest checkout is equals to null, because we always have null insert. If it is null, then only we will do this or perform this operation, we will update the user. Otherwise there is no question of updating. If updating, because already the guest has been logged out, then why to update it, right? So if it is null, then otherwise we'll write and we'll state an error that guest has already be checked out, called action cannot be performed. Simple thing we are telling to the, we are giving it as an output, right? Now with the guest check is null. If it is null, then what we'll do, we'll straightforwardly it will update it. Okay, here there is no need of occupancies kind of thing, and anything is not required. So we'll directly will take the data. Here you go with this data. Then here will be the update guest, this will be the update method, this will be the update method, and here you go with if it is updated successfully, then this will be the errors messages, and this is also not required, else part is also not required. Update guest, here we will write a message called guest details updated success, right? Guest details has been updated success. And you can able to see here there is a room id, right? Here room id is not required actually, so user id is also not required, room id is also not required. Okay, so that's the reason we'll remove these things. Only the things which we will be changing, it may be the Aadhaar card name or his name spelling mistake, or his email id, or his mobile number, or the check-in date he might entered wrongly. So those things will be updated. So we need to have a condition where need to be updated this db, where user id will be this user id, we need to mention it. And also we need to have this guest id, which is the unique id for each and every guest. Okay, for this id we need to update it. After updating, we need to have this details. Okay, so that's all for this. Now time for testing. Here you go with, I have copied this method name, and here is also the same url. So let me copy this url and let me test it out. While testing we may get new ideas, so at that time we can implement much more. So that's the benefit of testing. So each and everything I am doing it here, I am writing the code, then I am testing it out for you. So here you go, the user id and the room id is not required. Basically they require is, let me show you, here is my guest, so they require guest id, and here from this table we will be getting the guest id. Only one guest we have inserted in our previous video, so that's the reason we have only guest id equals to 1. So here you go, and here we will add one more column stating that guest underscore id. Okay, so guest id will be like 1 right now for an instance, and email id, mobile number, and user id is like 2. Okay, user id is 2. Room id, where is the room? Yeah, room id it is. Room id, so room id we will not, they may change the room id also, they can change the room as well. So what we need to do, we need to have the room id as well, right? Control C, Control V. Now here comes a tricky part. If he gives a room id, he changes this room id, means the room which he was allotted, if he changes it, so what happens here? So that thing we need to understand a little bit, and then we will proceed further. Okay, so here you go with this, and also we will add a room id. So the all tricky part is our room id. So here what we are doing, it's not tricky, it's a little bit logic, small logic. Here what we are doing, we are checking whether this is there or not. If it is there, then what we are doing, then we are taking it if checkout is null or not, right? Checkout is null or not, we are looking. If checkout is null, then we are allowing him to edit the values. Before editing, we need to check the previous value. Okay, so here one more if condition we need to see, that $guest check, it's not check out, it's not check, it's like check out, check out. Okay, yeah, check out of what I call room id. If room id is logically equals to the present room id, then it should be valid, then the modifications which we are doing is a valid modification. Okay, here you go with the Control X, and here you go with Control V. Else there should be something warning. Else we need to do another method. If the room id and this room id is not equal, then what we need to do, the first step what we need to do is the occupancy of that room should be kept to 0, and then we need to add the occupancy again for the new room, and then we need to update the values. This is the procedure to do it. So it's not a little bit trickier, but here you go. If you can see here, we need to check, we need to set the room occupancy. Okay, here we need to set the room occupancy where it is, like here, right? If the room id is not equal, then I need to set the room occupancy to 0. First of all, I need to make that room to be 0, where room id is this and user id is this. Update this room, and then which room id I am talking about, the guest room id, that occupancy should be made it to 0, right? Not the present one. Present one he will be entering, so the previous one I made it to 0. Okay, the previous one I made it to 0, and I'm not checking it here. And then what I'll do, I will set the new one, new occupancy. Okay, this room new occupancy, where we got it from here, update occupancy, let us copy it. This will be the new occupancy, right? This will be the new occupancy of this whatever the room id which he has, which he will be getting allotted. Now if update of room, if room is updated, then what I need to do, I need to update these values as well, right? I need to update these values. With this I need to update his room id, my id to the present room id. Okay, we need to update it with the present room id, where this will be the guest id, where we need to update it. Okay, so here we need to write else part. If it is not done successfully, then I need to show an error. Okay, now depending on this, either it will go inside this loop, or this loop, depending upon the changes which we done, and depending on that value we will get this as a response. Guest details are updated successfully, or there will be a network error issue, will be these two things will be done. Okay, so that's all. I hope we have taken one more trickier bit here. And right now what I am doing here is URL I will be testing. This is the guest edit URL, this is the guest edit URL which you have already pasted it out here. Now at the time of testing we need to send the guest ID. The guest ID I have already told you that it's 1. Okay, so guest ID which we want to edit is 1. So now I'm keeping as it is, so no more changes I am doing. So I am expecting the output will be this will be if this will be the output. I'm expecting here is guest details updated successfully. This I am expecting right now. So let us see. Yes, guest details has been updated successfully, which I have expected as usual. So now what I am doing, I am changing my name to JNTU as JNTUH, and also I want to check here what is the details status right now when I have updated. Nothing has been changed. It is as it is. Now what I'll do, I will update it to JNTUH. So what here I am expecting is a H, and also here I am expecting guest details has been updated successfully. As it has updated successfully, here I need to get the name. Yes, that's right. Now one more thing, I want to change the room. As I told you, the room also we have told. So here the guest room is 1. Now I want to room id, I need to change it to 6. Okay, so I need want to change the room id to 6. Okay, so what should happen here, my expectation is this should be 0 and this should be 1, and then again the guest details should be updated successfully, and also in my guest table the id should id should reflect it. Okay, this is my expectation. Let us check. Yes, it has done successfully. Now this should be 0 and this should be 1. Let us refresh it and let us check once again. Yes, it has been zeroed and it has been 1, and next my in my guest it should reflect as 6. Yes, it is reflecting as a 6. So this is all overall edit part of any guest. If you are changing any room, or if you want to update the details of the user, or this is the two things. Or if there is any checkout and then user wants to manipulate that, if someone wants to manipulate that, then this should not happen. So those all precautions we have taken. So any more precautions if you want to take, then you can happily tell to me. I'll update this video or update this version. And for that's all for this video. Have a nice day. For stay tuned to my channel, please subscribe my channel. It takes a lot of hard work to build up this channel and also the new ideas. Thank you for watching.